We're two dads now. We're girl dads.
Girl dads and boy dads. Yeah.
Talk to your daughter about Kamala.
Yeah, it's unavoidable with Trump and kids. It'll forever perplex me how this person who's so unfit, so vulgar, it's so mean, it's so crude, foaming at the mouth, hateful.
Sad that it hasn't been disqualifying. I think part of it is that they're still not taking him seriously enough. You know, his own chief of staff, who's a Marine general, is using
his
that
own
word.
people. Some people call him the most dangerous American ever.
Their argument is, well, he was already president. Things weren't that bad. Which, by the way, they were. Like, we had a pandemic and hundreds of thousands of people died. And
it was a nightmare.
I don't think they are allowing themselves to understand how much worse it could be in a second term. The John Kellys of the world and the Millies of the world, not there anymore. Now it's, you know, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Stephen Miller. The article that you sent was him dancing was not about him freezing up. It was about him having no guardrails.
Yeah, about him being completely disinhibited. He's following his id. He has no impulse control. Goes where the id takes him, which is malignant narcissism only. He's like water finding the lowest point.
Did you just come up with that? Because that's pretty good.
Yeah. I wish we could be a little more honest in presidential campaigns about what a president can and can't control. The economy isn't 100% the result of the president. And they get too much credit when it's good and bad. He gets credit for the economy that he walked into. COVID hits, and somehow he gets a pass on that. But Joe Biden and Kamala, who dealt with it, it's like it's their fault that the economy isn't the rosiest it's ever been. And we can't say that COVID affected both sides. We have the best inflation in the world. Context matters. Adult conversations could be had a little more that do take into account a little nuance. And I think people would respond positively because it's the truth. With Trump, there's nothing we need to do. It's just the poorest and weakest among us. It's all their fault. It's the most marginalized group we can think of. Everything is their fault, actually. And anyone who would dare help them. Inflation is worse elsewhere. We were all hit by COVID.
The messaging is just more complicated when it's the truth.
Yes.
How optimistic or pessimistic are you about where we're going to be in 14 days or whatever the number is?
I'm about to go do a little bit of campaigning. These people that I'll be meeting, they're doing the real work. I'm going out there for a few days. I want to thank them for doing what they're doing. This younger generation grew up with Trump. This is regular politics if you've only really come of age in the last 10 years. This is how politicians speak. Petulant criminal assholes. Just using my longevity to say there was a time.
Yeah.
Not only can there be that way again, it has to be that way again.
Mm-hmm.
You either understand the danger or you don't. Hard to worry about inflation when you have fascism right at the door.
The two things that should be in all of our feeds every day, all day, COVID and the insurrection. You know,
people don't care, dude.
They should be forced to care. The insurrection and all of the things that Republicans said in the aftermath of that.
J.D. Vance said he's America's Hitler. He's our own vice president. We have the text. Oh, I've evolved from Hitler? In what world? It's so fucking crazy.
I'm laughing so I don't cry.
We're playing Russian roulette. It's so sad to me, dude. The backlash to Me Too and Black Lives, major part of what's fueling this. The amount of people that it scared the shit out of and want to push back so hard against women saying we'd like to be treated better and minorities saying we'd like to be shot less. I mean, in essence, incredibly sad. Look at the presidents visually and you're like, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man. Oh, first black man. Oh, the Joker.
Exactly.
I see why maybe that happened. Yep. Could it be a reaction to the picture preceding it?
Yep.
And then we go, okay, let's do this picture again. An older white man.
To put it in movie terms, this is that last grasp, like when the bad guy's going over the cliff, comes back and like grabs an ankle.
Yeah. They're scared of different sexuality. They're scared of multiculturalism.
Correct.
Of globalism. They're
and it's
scared
all
of
inevitable.
The world.
And
it's inevitable. This is a grasp, but I promise you we'll win because it's obvious and it's right.
Yep.
And it's healthy. And we're going to continue to better ourselves. And this is that last grasp.
And this is why they have to try to change the rules because they diagnosed this 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And so that's why they've gone, you know what? We got to get really into gerrymandering. We got to get really into voter suppression.
That's
You
why
know,
they've abandoned all argument, all truth. They don't even want to have a conversation anymore about real things. There's a pathological liar making up stuff who won't debate and won't do real interviews because there's really nothing left to say.
the future is on our side as long as we still have the mechanism our forefathers gave us to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have now one party and one man who wants to do away with all that.
That's right.
You think she's going to win?
I do think she's going to win. But I do worry very much about the result mattering. Their point the whole time has been, how are we going to steal this election?
And just deny it. You know?
Right.
That's what's coming. So we need to vote as overwhelming as possible. And then we got to go win in court and continue to fight. Good to catch up.
You too, man. Love you.
Love you, pal. See ya.